The ability to stack, to be able to switch from one side to the other when you're playing pickleball doubles can give you a tremendous strategic advantage that can often make the difference in those tight matches. In this video, I'm going to teach you not just how to stack, I'm going to give you some tips that'll improve your stacking. So whether you're new to stacking or you already stack but want to know how to do it better, this video is for you. We're going to jump back into the game footage in a minute, and we're going to go through both serve side stacking and return side stacking, as well as a tip on each to help you do it better. Before we do that, let's talk about why we stack. What's the point of stacking to begin with? The reason that we stack is because we're trying to get ourselves into the optimal formation, the one that we think will give us the best chance for success in the left to right category. So in this situation, what we're trying to do is, I am a left-handed player. My partner here, Eric, is a right-handed player. I am now on the left side. Eric is on the right side, and we want to play like this. So we want me over here, and we want Eric over here. Stacking is what allows us to get in that optimal formation left to right to give us the best chance as a doubles team to be successful in the rally. We'll come back to this specific stack in a minute because this is a return side stack. But we're actually going to start with a serve side stacking first. And the reason we're going to do that is because serve side stacking is actually easier to do than the return side stack. It's easier to see it and it's easier to execute it. Plus, you're going to want to serve side stack when you're playing anyway. So we're going to start with the serve side stack. So the serve side stack here has Eric here in the red shirt serving. He's a right-handed player. And we want Eric, remember, to play on this side, on the left side of the court. I am stacked to his right. You'll see me come into the screen in a second, but I'm stacked to his right. So as Eric serves, you're going to see him slide over to his left after the serve, and then I fill in the space that I want to play on. So here we're in the formation that we want. Eric on the left, me on the right. I'm able to attack, move in, and we're able to be successful in this rally. But we're playing the rally from the position that we want to play it, left to right. Eric is going to serve again now, but now that Eric's on the left side serving, we don't need to stack anymore because we're in the formation that we want to play from. So we're going to play this rally from this formation now, and then this is our gives us the best chance for success. We're successful in this rally. Now Eric's going to come back and serve again. Now that the score is odd, Eric is going to be on the right side, stacking with me on his right, and he's going to slide over again. Here I'm going to hit a couple of crazy shots here. I kind of go nuts here. I'm kind of laughing about it because I'm just like, this is like nutty situation that I'm playing in. Nutty shot there for me. I'm kind of laughing about it here. But now I wanted to show this to you. So this is the other side of the stack. So now I'm serving from the left side, but I want to be on the right side. So here you see how Eric stacks to my left. As soon as I hit the serve, I'm going to slide to my right. Eric is going to then fill in his space on the left side. This is the optimal formation for our team. It's the formation that gives us the best chance for success, and that is what the serve side stack allows us to accomplish. In a minute, I'll share with you an additional tip that you can use on the serve side as well as the return side to make your stacking even better. But first, let's talk about the return side stack and how you accomplish that. A couple of notes on the return side stack, as you can see on the board here. It's harder and also riskier. So the return side stack is going to create more pressure on your team when you're trying to do it, both in terms of doing it correctly as well as the risk that it creates for your team. So here I'm going to set up the board in a second, and you can see how Eric's going to come back here to return serve now on the right side. But remember, we want Eric to be on this side here. And so we're going to do a switch. So my hand signal there on the paddle is an open hand. That is generally used as the signal for a switch. Closed hand is the signal that is used for a stay. Some players use a signal like this or some kind of thumb or things like that to indicate a feint or like a fake move. I don't recommend using that. What I recommend is being clear on the switch or the stay. Once that's clearly set, then the player up there can do whatever they want. They can spin around, dance, whatever, as long as you're clear on what you're doing. But what's going to happen now is, because we've called a switch, Eric, who's returning, is going to cross all the way over here, and I'm going to slide over here. While Eric is in transition through all this space is when we are at risk, because there's going to be a gap on the court that opens up. And if your opponent can attack that opening, it can create some pressure for you. So let's see how it works now. You're going to see Eric hit his return, and then he's going to slide over, and now we're in the position from which we want to play the rally. We're going to play this rally out. I don't think it was a good shot by me there. I think I took responsibility for that one there. And here you're going to see Eric give me a signal again, open hand. This is important as well. When you're signaling between partners, make sure that you have a connection on that. In other words, that you're both on the same page. So you want to make sure you see Eric's looking back at me here to make sure that I see his signal and I acknowledge it by saying, okay, yes, I see it, something like that. Don't say switch, because obviously you're giving away the game. But basically acknowledging that with your partner is really important. So you're going to see me hit my return, come over, and now we're set in the formation from which we want to play the rally. And that is the power of stacking. It's allowing you and your partner to dictate whether you're going to play like this or like this. We're at that part of the video where I'm going to share with you how to get started stacking, or if you're already stacking, I'll share with you a tip on the serve side and the return side stack that'll help improve the quality of both of those stacks. As we do that, let us know in the comments below if you're already stacking or not. If you're already stacking, share with us any challenges or hurdles that you face in your stacking game. We use that information to determine future content. If we get several questions about stacking situations or challenges that you're facing, we'll put that in the queue and answer it in a subsequent video. And once you're down there answering in the comments, might as well go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Just click those buttons and get notified of future videos. All right, let's talk about how to get started, and then I'll give you the serve and return tip. If you want to get started with stacking, start on the serve side, like we are here, Eric and I. The only thing you really have to remember is where the server needs to stand, and then also what position you want to play and what formation is best for you. In our situation, we know that I want to play on the right and Eric wants to play on the left. So now all we have to figure out is where we're supposed to stand in order to make that happen. I started the game as the first server, so I'm the even server, and Eric is the odd server. So in this situation, we're playing in an odd score. That means that Eric has to serve from the right side, but wants to play on the left side. So I will stack to his right, he will serve, slide over to the left, and we're playing in the position from which we want to play. So the scoring is based on just where the server needs to be, and then whether you're going to be stacked or not stacked will depend on the formation that you want to use during that rally. So now in terms of the serve tip to make your serve side stack better, it's this. It's where you stand when you're serving and then have to slide over. The error that I see happen is players stand too far over away from where they're headed. After Eric serves, Eric's going to slide over here, over to his left to cover the left side. So Eric should be standing close to the center line so he can take a couple of steps over and cover. Otherwise, what happens is if you're standing too far over, you won't be able to make it over in time without having a lot of pressure on your third shot. So that's the tip on the serve side stack. For your return side stack, it's be careful with robo stacking. Remember I showed you earlier the amount of space you have to cover on the return side, as you're going to see here on the return side stack, where you're basically having to cover a lot of space here on the return side stack. So what you want to do is be aware of situations where this space here is getting exploited as you move. If that's happening to you, then come out of the stack. And what I mean by that is instead of calling for a switch, call for a stay in those situations. Don't become a robo stacker because it can impact your results. If you want to see how robo stacking cost the #1 seed at a recent PPA tournament, pro level tournament, the gold medal, I'll put a link down here and you can check out that video. And if you want some additional tips on your stacking, there's a guide up here. Click this. I'll send you this free stacking guide. It has some really good tips to help you keep on growing in your stacking play. I hope you enjoyed the lesson in this video, and I'll see you next time.